everyone, Arnaldo Wofferman here with 4 Schools Only on behalf of Global Truss America and Truss. Now, in one of the latest videos that you guys have seen that I did, I actually built this awesome booth, and I did it at a country club just to show you some of the really cool things you can do with a booth. I'm actually using it at an event. The event today is the NASC Conference 2014. NASC stands for National Association of Student Council. Basically, these are the students that are in charge of choosing pretty much everything when it comes to their school, especially homecomings and proms. So it was very important that I was here showing everybody what 4 Schools Only can do. And I think the best way to do that is by basically creating a small truss booth, because dancing isn't the priority here since it's lunch and dinner, but they are going to dance, but I still want to show them, hey, we can do some really cool things with trussing. And this booth was the perfect way. But not only did I get a chance to show them that we can build some really cool truss structures, but we actually used some of the advantages of the booth and some of the new products from Global Truss and Truss to help us present even more. So let's take a tour and you can kind of see some of the different things together, as well as some of the products from American DJ. So we've got 2 different products at play here. On the actual leg of the structure, we have the DT F34 shelf. And it took me about 30 seconds to drill a small hole, which in the middle, I put the iPad mount. Now for those of you wondering, the iPad is running the Chimpadoodle app. It is the app for MailChimp, which is the newsletter program out there. It's a free app that goes as part of the actual MailChimp program. And this is where the students can sign up for a newsletter. Now, one of the cool things about this particular app is you do not have to be online. It saves everything locally and then syncs it online with your main account when you're done. So again, that's called Chimpadoodle, or just look up MailChimp on the App Store. But again, we have the DTF34 shelf and the iPad mount. We've got my business cards. I just got this little business card holder off that I bought online, and we're good there. We also use a shelf for a couple other options as well. So one of the important things when we were designing our booth was that the screen was going to be rear projection. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case because we didn't have as much room, so we did front projection, and I had nowhere that I could put the actual projector. So I used the other shelf that I had. Now I have a little bit of duct tape just slightly over it, not to keep it from falling, but just to keep it still because the leg of my projector broke off, and well, necessity is the motherhood of all invention, and that's what's keeping it tilted just at the right angle in there the way I need it. But again, the shelf is super handy for projectors, for moving heads, and in this case, it saved my butt because it's holding the projector right where I need it. The original booth design was going to be just like the one that you saw in the other video. But then after our first lunch, we saw that students really wanted to dance and not just sit and stare at each other or have lunch and dinner. And afterwards, they wanted something to do, so we thought, oh man, we're going to need some extra lights to be able to just create something out on the dance floor, create some pure lighting excitement. But I didn't have the time to go back over and pick up lights and everything else from our warehouse. Likewise, I didn't have a lot of places that I could hang things. So we changed some things around and we modified the setup. So let's take a look. So what I wanted to do is I want to run another, some trussing, but all I had was an I-beam in the van, a 6-foot I-beam. So we integrated that with the setup by using, it almost looks like a junction block. This is basically an F34 square to I-beam junction. And it allowed me to set up the lights that I needed on there. Now the model number of this one is the SQ4129IB. We took some of the battery power lights, but I went ahead and used the ACU cable, IEC to IEC connecting cables. And we have our QA5s. Here we have 2 of the DOTS PARs, which are just flooding my entire area. And we have the other 2 PARs over there. Now the rest, we have the ADJ Mega Tri-Par profiles warming up the truss real nicely. So we couldn't set up the laser originally where we wanted it to. So the only place to put it was directly behind my area. And the laser, we were using it to show my DJ handle, to show our company name, the official hashtag. But unfortunately, no matter where I put the laser, the trussing would wind up being in the way or blocking part of the laser beam. For this, we use the Global Truss boom arm. Keeps the laser just out of sight, but it sticks it out far enough that we can easily hit the area without having something else be in its way. On the screen itself, we are running Arceus. Arceus is running on my Mac at the same time that Virtual DJ and Quick Show on parallel is running Windows is. I'm running actually technically two different apps on Mac, and then on the same computer I'm running Windows with Quick Show. And it's running smoothly. Arceus 2.0 is distributed by ADJ, and I'm using the mapping software. Now you may not be able to tell, but I have the mapping software because the projector's coming in from the side of the leg, and it's not, you know, distorted. The keystone is perfectly on it. That's one of the advantages of using the built-in XT plugin. And again, that's Arceus Grand VJ 2.0. And again, another really cool thing about Arceus, of course, is that you can do plugins and everything else, so it makes your show a lot more interactive than most traditional VJ shows. And it's running with the Siphon plugin to go from Virtual DJ output directly into the Arceus input, so it's only one video source. So really cool that I can do that. But again, my name is Ronaldo Offerman. On behalf of Global Truss America and Truss, showing you the same booth that I built, which is really cool because it's got the curved pieces on the ends. It's just a much more attractive and cleaner setup than your traditional all-around or wraparound type booth. You're using the iPad stand and also the DT F34 shelf. And by adding the square to I-beam junctions, I'm able to set one more I-beam so I can hang the lights on there so I can create pure lighting excitement. If you guys have any questions, leave them on the video or on the comment below, or make sure you find us on Facebook and we'll be happy to answer any questions or comments that you guys may have. Thank you so much, good night, and God bless.